Shalom Israel, and welcome to another edition of Yasharal's 20-minute breakdown, where I'll attempt to break down the scriptures within 20 minutes. But first and foremost, as always, you know how we do by now. We give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Wahar, Rakah, Kadash, and the Akims and the elders in the highways and byways pushing this word in truth and sincerity. All praises. And the elder women teaching the younger women. All praises to you too. And the camps and the solar brothers going out there and making videos, edifying the body, pushing it out there in all outlets possible, and pushing the truth according to scriptures. All praises. Now, what I want to touch on today is the Isaiah 55 and verse 1. It's the verse where it says, "Come ye that thirst, buy and eat and drink without price." You know, just paraphrasing, but I'm going to read it verbatim when the lesson starts. Now, the reason why I'm going to that verse now, right? It's basically that verse is showing you that, like, this word, the law, statute, commandments, the Bible, the understanding and everything that comes with it was given, like, you know, we received it freely. And we're supposed to give it freely. But you have the thing under the Roman Catholics and the Christian church. They charge you money to learn their doctrine. Yeah, they charge you. I went online and just done a little research. I went and looked at America, and some of the prices were astounding. Like, to learn theology, to become a minister or a priest, there was one that was charging $12,900 per year. I don't know, it didn't say how many years it was for. I assume that maybe broke down into a couple years and that was the whole figure, I hope, but you never know. But I did also research as well, like some of the colleges in the UK, some of the seminary schools and some of the theologian schools in the UK. And this was 2022 to 2023. So this is, current. Now, one I looked at was theology, to learn theology to become a priest or a minister, which was under the BA honours degree. There was a yearly fee of £750. There was a one-off registration fee of £174, and then there was the £55 for a DBS check. Now, another one I looked at as well, to become a priest, a minister, what so have you, you'd be a postgraduate. Now, there was, on this course, there were 6 modules to complete, which are spread over 2 years, and it cost £635 per module, and there was a £100 registration fee, and obviously you still got to do the £55 DBS check, so I mean there was quite a few others I looked at, but can't go through all of them. But that was just basically showing you that they are charging you for this word, and the problem is the word they're giving you is decaying. It's like moldy bread. So they're charging you all that money, and they're not even teaching you the truth of the Bible. And then you've got the heathen teaching you, because only an Israelite can teach you, for number one. Because when you go to the book of Amos chapter 2 verse 11, only Israelites were prophets. Only Israelites knew the Bible. Only Israelites could teach. A Gentile, like when I say a Gentile, I mean one of another nation, Gentile, cannot teach an Israelite how to serve his God and how to understand the scriptures, because he doesn't know. He doesn't know. So what they're teaching in them seminary schools and them theologian schools is lies, but they're sweet lies, and that keeps you coming back for more and more, and keeps you bringing your offering. Because when you get the Christian doctrine, you put it in a kettle, you boil it, you pour it into a sieve, and you sieve it out, and all that's really left is pay your tithes. We need this money to make this work. And don't worry about nothing. Just believe, call upon the name of the Lord and believe, and you'll be saved. That's the Christian doctrine in a nutshell. That's it. When you boil it down and you pick out everything, that's all it's left to. They want your money, and all you got to do is believe. You ask any questions, oh, don't worry about that. Just believe. Just trust in Jesus and believe, and you'll be saved. That's all they can tell you, because they don't know anything. Yeah, and they've got you in their colleges learning from them, and you come out not knowing anything, thinking you know something, and then you come up against a diligent brother that hasn't I'm not trying to big up myself, but I haven't gone to theologian school or seminary school or any of these Bible study and all that. So they come against someone like, should we say, myself or some of my other brothers, and we confound them every time because they don't know the scriptures. Yeah? Only the Most High can open your understanding. But first, you have to start, keeping the commandments of the Most High. Keep the commandments and have faith in His Son. And slowly, when you start reading these scriptures, He starts opening your understanding. Guide you to other brothers that are diligent in the word. You learn from them as well. Boom! Before you know it, bang! You're a scholar in this word. Yeah? And then you've got these pastors that's gone to theologian school, seminary school, and they come up against you, and you confound them. They don't walk away, they run away, because you confound them. And that's what happens when you learn correctly and by the correct people. Now, I've done with the talking now. Now, let's go into the scriptures and let's break this down now, yeah? Let's break down these scriptures and let's show you what Isaiah 55:1 is really saying. Now, without further ado, I've got my timer. So I'm going to start with the book of Isaiah, chapter 55 and verse 1. I'm going to read it straight through, and then I'm going to revisit it, and then we go break it down, as they say. We go break it down, and let's see what that verse is saying. So, without further ado, 3, 2, 1, kaboom, we're away. Straight there. Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 1, and it reads, Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that has no money, come ye buy and eat. Yea, come buy wine and milk without money and without price. There we have it. That's the verse right there. Right, so I'm not even going to say nothing now. Let's go back to the verse and let's now take it bit by bit and break it down. So, back here we go. Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 1. And it reads, Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters. Now, let me hold it there. Everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters. So, what's the waters you need to come to? Now, let's quickly go to the book of John, chapter 4 and verse 10. Now, this is when Yahushua, the one you call Christ, met the Samaritan woman at the well. Yeah, and he's talking to her, and and she says, "Oh, how comes is it ask a Jew asking like a woman of Samaritan for a drink? The Jew has no dealings with the Samaritans." But like when you read on, you'll find that when you read verse 12, you find that she says, "Art thou greater than our father Jacob, which gave us this well and drank thereof himself?" So showing you she was an Israelite, but she didn't know she was calling herself a Samaritan. Yeah, why? Because she's just like we are today. We are a lost people. We don't know our heritage, our language that we spoke. We're calling our names now after the lands where we were born, and we've got the language of our slave masters. The lands you were taken into slavery, we have adopted. I won't say you, because even I myself, we've adopted their language and their ways. Only now the Most High is calling to remembrance certain brothers, and we're turning and we're coming out of the way of the Gentiles and start taking back up our laws, statutes, and commandments and our heritage. Now, let's read John chapter 4 and verse 10. This is the Messiah answering her, and it reads, John chapter 4 and verse 10. Yahushua answered and said unto her, If thou knowest the gift of the Most High, and who it is that saith to thee, Give me to drink, thou wouldst have asked of him, and he would have given thee living water. So he's telling her, if you knew who it was that asked you for a drink, you would have asked of me, and I would have given you living water. Now, let's jump to verse 13 and 14. Watch this. This is John chapter 4, verse 13. Yahushua answered and said unto her, because this is when she asked them about greater than our father Jacob, who gave us his word and drank thereof himself. So this is Yahushua now speaking. John chapter 4, verse 13. Yahushua answered and said unto her, Whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again. So he's showing you, whoever drinks of the water of that well shall thirst again, because you'll drink it will quench your thirst, and then eventually you'll thirst again. But listen to verse 14. John chapter 4, verse 14. And it reads, But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life. Now, hear that? So that's the waters he's offered her, the waters of everlasting life. Now, let's find out what water that could be. Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 4. Listen to this. Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 4, and it reads, He taught me also, and said unto me, Let thine heart retain my words, keep my commandments and live. Now that's the living water he gave her, the commandments. Keep my commandments and live. Yeah? And watch this quickly. Just gonna back that up a little further. John chapter 7 verse 38. Listen to this, yeah? John chapter 7 verse 38, and it reads, He that believeth on me, as the scriptures has said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. So you see that living water as well. Once you keep the laws, statutes, commandments, you'll have great understanding and wisdom. Yeah? That you will be able to confound those in no Christian church who's been in that establishment for 30 years. After 6 months of learning diligently from diligent brothers, you will confound those that have been in that Christian establishment for 30 years. You'll confound them. Now, let's jump back to Isaiah 55 and 1. And I've just read to you that first part, come ye to the waters. Now listen to this. Isaiah 55 and verse 1. Actually, I'll take it from the top again. Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters. And he that has no money, come ye buy and eat. Come ye buy and eat. Quickly, Matthew chapter 4 verse 4. Watch this. Matthew chapter 4 and verse 4. And it reads, This is when Satan tempts Yahushua, the one you call Christ, yeah? Watch this. Matthew 4, chapter 4, and it reads, But he answered and said, It is written, Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High. Now, he said, as it is written, meaning he's quoting from the Old Testament. Let's go to where he was quoting and read it there. Deuteronomy 8 and 3. Watch this. Deuteronomy chapter 8 and verse 3. And it reads, And he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger and fed thee with manna which thou knewest not. Neither did thy fathers know, that he might make thee know that man does not live by bread only, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High does man live. So you see, that's how you live, and that's shall we say, that's how you don't thirst again. Keep the law, statutes, commandments. You'll be ever full, because that's the true bread of life. Yeah, that's what that's showing you. Now, Let's go back to Isaiah 55:1, and it reads, Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that has no money, come ye buy and eat. Yea, come buy wine and milk. Hear that? Come buy wine and milk. What's the wine and milk you should buy? Watch this. We're going to quickly go to the book of 1 Peter. Watch this. 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 2. Listen to this. 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 2, and it reads, As newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby. Now that's the milk you need to desire. The word, the first 5 books of Moses. That's where you find, that's the beginning of everything. That's the milk. So you need milk to grow. Yeah? So those who are new to this word, stay in Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. Stay in them first 5 books of Moses. Learn, study, and apply it to your life as best as you can, to your ability. And you will see the difference in you. The outlook, even that when you start gaining this knowledge and understanding, your persona changes and people notice. Yeah? You start living cleanly as best as you can. So that's what that's talking about. Now, let's go back to Isaiah chapter 55 and what? Actually, no, I missed a bit. No, I just showed you the milk of the word. I want to show you something else actually, because it said, buy ye, in Isaiah 55 and 1, it says, come buy wine and milk. It said wine and milk. I just showed you the milk you need to buy. Watch this as well. I'm going to go to the book of Jeremiah. I was getting a bit ahead of myself, excuse me. Jeremiah, watch this, yeah? Going to jump to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51 and verse 7. Listen to this. Jeremiah, chapter 51 and verse 7, and it reads, Babylon has been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand, that, listen to this, that made all the earth drunken, and made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Now you see, now the Christian church under the Roman Catholics, remember when they conquered, they gave Christianity throughout all the world, and all nations have taken hold of their doctrine, because there is not any place on earth you can go and not find a Christian church, and it's the doctrine is the same, but there's no truth in it. Everybody that comes into the Christian church comes out, they're no better than when they went in, because they learn nothing apart from Jesus' love. That's all they know. John 3:16, God so loved the world, rend your heart, not your garment. And they mar the hell out of them. They don't understand what them verses are really saying. So they're not being taught correctly, yeah? Watch this. I'm going to jump to the book of Amos. So that's why it says that all the nations are mad, because they don't know nothing. So you've gone in them places, spend all that money, giving your tithes, and you've come out no better, not keeping any laws, any statutes, any commandments, nothing. You just believe by calling on the name of Jesus and you're good. That's how they're fooling you in them places. Right, watch this. I'm going to jump to the book of Amos, chapter 2 and verse 8. Listen to this. Amos chapter 2 verse 8, and it reads, and they lay themselves down upon clothes laid to pledge by every altar, and they drink the wine of the condemned in the house of their God. And that's exactly what they're doing in them places. They're drinking the wine of condemned, because the doctrine in that place, they're condemning themselves, yeah? They're saying the laws are done away with. Oh, Christ fulfilled the law and all this. Then you've just condemned yourself, because now what you're saying, you don't have to keep the laws, and then you're teaching people to break them, to be a sinner. Because remember, 1 John chapter 3 verse 4, sin is the transgression of the law. So once you're in sin, that means you're breaking God's laws. Once you're breaking God's laws, you're in sin. There's no two ways about it. It's clear cut. Now, I hope that's clear. Let's jump back to Isaiah 55 and 1. Watch this, yeah? I'm going to just finish it off now. It says, Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that has no money, come ye buy and eat. Yea, come buy wine and milk. without money and without price. Hear that? Without money and without price. Now, let's jump to 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 12. Listen to this. 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 12, and it reads, "Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the Spirit which is of the Most High, that we might know the things that are freely given to us of the Most High." This word was freely given. So we received it freely. We must give it freely. That's what you're supposed to do, yeah? And once you've taken the word and you've received it and you're applying it to your life, this is the kind of thing that would happen. Once you apply the laws, statutes, commandments as best as you can to your ability, at least try to the best of your ability with the faith of Yahushua. Now, this is what you can expect to happen once you do these things. Hosea chapter 14 and verses 4. Listen to this. Hosea chapter 14 and verse 4, and it reads, "I will heal their backsliding, I will love them freely, for mine anger is turned away from him." So you see, once you take on this word and you keep doing according to this word, not according to them Christian pastor, but according to this word, the Most High will heal your backsliding. So same way how you've gone away not keeping the laws, keep the laws, your backsliding will be healed, and then you'll be freely loved of the Father, and his anger will be turned away from you, meaning you will start to prosper. And we're not talking about these earthly things, prosper spiritually, yeah? That's what we're talking about, spiritually prospering. It's not all about just receiving goods and, like you got a bigger house now, or you got a bigger car now. That's not prospering. That's prospering in this world. You want to prosper spiritually. Yeah? Live healthily. Do better. Love your people, your own nation. Do good unto your people. Like the whole 12 tribe, which is the blacks, the Hispanics, the Native American. Put them first instead of always putting them last. That's the thing. Now, let's go back to let's go to Matthew chapter 10. Watch this, yeah. Matthew chapter 10 and verse 8. Remember, it says, we have to buy, without money and without price, yeah. Watch this, yeah. Matthew chapter 10 verse 8, and it reads, "Heal the sick," because the word does all this. When it heals the sick, it heals we're sick mentally, yeah. Heal the sick, cleanse the leper, raise the dead, raise the spiritually dead, yeah? Cast out devils. A lot of people have demons on them. The word can cleanse that and bring that out of them. Listen to this part. This is the part really I want. Freely ye have received, freely give. I want to read that again straight through so you get the point. Matthew chapter 10 verse 8. Heal the sick, cleanse the leper, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely ye have received, freely give. Showing you freely receive this word, then give it freely. You shouldn't be charging anybody for this word. Yeah? That's what the Bible's clearly showing you. It's not me saying it, the word of the Most High is saying it. The word of God is saying it. As you like to use that phrase. I'll use it for this point. Watch this now. Jump to the book of Revelations. Chapter 21, verse 6. Watch this. Revelations chapter 21 and verse 6. And it reads, "And he said unto me, It is done. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely." So you see? So all those that are hunger for this word, come get this word. He will give it to us freely. Yeah? Because this is the thing. This is what actually, let me show you this, because this is something that Paul, the Apostle Paul, said in Romans. Just watch this. I just want to jump across because this has just come to mind as I said about being given freely. Watch this. Romans chapter 10 verse 1 into 2. Watch this. This is Paul saying this. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to the Most High for Israel. So he's praying for Israel only, not the other nations. Yeah, for Israel is that they might be saved. Here we go, listen to this. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge. Now, see, that's a big problem, because there's a lot of our people that have the zeal for the Most High. Zeal, they really want to worship him, but they don't have the true knowledge, because they're going to the wrong places to learn. They're going to theologian school, seminary school, or they're just going to church every Sunday and going and learning and paying tithes. Yeah? And watch this. Now, I'm going to jump down to Isaiah 55 and verse 2. Listen to this, yeah? Isaiah 55 verse 2, and it reads, Wherefore do ye spend money for that which is not bread? You hear that? So you be spending all that money for something that doesn't fill you up. Yeah? Wherefore you do spend money for that which is not bread, and your labor for that which satisfieth not. Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fatness. Hear what the Bible said? Eat what is good. Now, what is good? Watch this. Romans quickly. Romans chapter 7. Watch this quickly. I'm going to time out soon. Romans chapter 7 verse 12. It said, eat that which is good. Watch this. Romans chapter 7 verse 12. And it reads, Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandments holy, just, and good. So that's what you're supposed to be eating, yeah? The law, statute, commandments. And watch this quickly. I'm going to jump to the book of Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 2. Time is running out. I'm almost done. Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 2. And it reads, For I give you good doctrine, forsake ye not my law. That's Yahushua, speaking, for the Most High. He says he gives you good doctrine. Don't forsake the law, yeah? Keep the law, statute, commandments. I'll give you one more, yeah? And I'm going to time out. Quickly, if I've got time. Isaiah chapter 30. Watch this. Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 6. Listen to this. Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 6. And it reads, For the vile person will speak valiantly, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against Yahweh, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. Well, I've timed out, but you get the point. Stare at them Christian establishments. They're no good. With that, we out.